Mechanism of ischemic mitral regurgitation. A. Rupture of papillary muscle following myocardial infarction. B. Transient ischemic papillary muscle dysfunction. C. Geometric changes in the left ventricle following ventricular remodeling. D. All of the above. Correct answer D. All of the above. Rupture of papillary muscle is a catastrophic event leading to severe mitral regurgitation and pulmonary edema with high risk of mortality. It is also the rarest of the types of ischemic mitral regurgitation. Transient ischemia of papillary muscle causing mitral regurgitation improves once the ischemia is relieved. The commonest variety of ischemic mitral regurgitation is secondary to left ventricular remodeling, which alters the pull on the chordae tendineae and changes the coaptation point of the mitral leaflets. Associated mitral annular dilatation also contributes to the worsening of chronic ischemic mitral regurgitation. Mitral valve segments initially visualized in standard parasternal long axis view. A. A1P1, B. A2P2, C. A3P3, D. None of the above. Correct answer B. A2P2. A2 and P2 being the central segments are usually visualized in the standard parasternal long axis view on echocardiography. A1 and P1 can be visualized by tilting the probe laterally and A3 and P3 by tilting medially. While the scallops of posterior leaflets are separated by incisors, those of anterior leaflet are just empirical divisions corresponding to those of posterior leaflet without any incisors in between. The segmental nomenclature is from lateral to medial, A1 to A3 and P1 to P3. Anterior mitral leaflet is attached to dash portion of the mitral annulus. A 2/3, B 1/3, C half, D none of the above. Correct answer A 1/3. Anterior mitral leaflet is attached to 1/3 of the mitral annulus, while posterior leaflet is attached to the remaining 2/3 of the mitral annulus. Estimation of right ventricular systolic pressure by Doppler echo is from A. Velocity of tricuspid regurgitation jet, B. Velocity of pulmonary regurgitation jet, C. Area of tricuspid regurgitation jet, D. Area of pulmonary regurgitation jet. Correct answer A. Velocity of tricuspid regurgitation jet. The pressure gradient across the tricuspid valve in systole during regurgitation can be calculated by the Bernoulli equation P equal to 4V squared. P is equal to pressure, V is equal to velocity. Once the pressure difference is obtained, adding the right atrial pressure, nominally taken as 10 mm of mercury, will give the right ventricular systolic pressure. This pressure will also be equal to the pulmonary artery systolic pressure in the absence of significant pulmonary stenosis. Measures useful in preventing interaction between implanted pacemaker and electrocautery. A. Using bipolar cautery. B. Placing the indifferent plate electrode in such a way that the current path does not reach the pacemaker or its lead. C. Programming the pacemaker to asynchronous mode or strapping a magnet over it during surgery. D. All of the above. Correct answer D. All of the above. All these measures are useful in preventing the malfunction of pacemaker during surgery while using electrocautery. These precautions may not be needed if the surgical area is below the umbilicus and the pacemaker is in the thorax and the indifferent electrode behind the thigh. Function of magnetic reed switch in an implantable cardioverter defibrillator. A. Changes pacing mode to asynchronous. B. Suspends all tachyarrhythmia therapies. C. None of the above. D. Both A and B. Correct answer B. Suspends all tachyarrhythmia therapies. ICD is a device which automatically detects and treats tachyarrhythmias. It is also equipped with backup pacing mode in case of bradyarrhythmias. All tachyarrhythmia therapies are suspended on application of the magnet, which activates the reed switch. Backup pacing function is not affected by reed switch activation in an ICD. In pacemakers, activation of reed switch changes the pacing mode to an asynchronous one without sensing function. Color flow jet area in severe mitral regurgitation. A. Less than 20% of left atrial size. B. More than 40% of left atrial size. C. More than 20% of left atrial size. D. None of the above. Correct answer B. More than 40% of left atrial size. If the color Doppler mitral regurgitation jet area is less than 4 square centimeter or less than 20% of the size of the left atrium, it is taken as mild mitral regurgitation. Area more than 10 square centimeter or more than 40% of left atrial area, it is taken as severe mitral regurgitation. This method of estimation underestimates the severity of mitral regurgitation when it is acute mitral regurgitation as well as when the jet is eccentric. In hypotensive states also, the estimation may be erroneous. Effective regurgitant orifice in severe mitral regurgitation is A. 0.2 square centimeter or more, B. 0.3 square centimeter or more, C. 0.4 square centimeter or more, D. None of the above. Correct answer C. 0.4 square centimeter or more. In severe mitral regurgitation, the effective regurgitant orifice is 0.4 square centimeter or more. This will correspond to a regurgitant volume of 60 ml or more. Note that the normal forward stroke volume of left ventricle is about 70 ml. Mitral valve prolapse belongs to dash type of Carpenter's functional classification of mitral valve dysfunction. A type 1, B type 2, C type 3, D type 5. Correct answer B type 2. In Carpenter type 2, mitral valve is either flail or prolapsing. Carpenter in 1980s described a classification mainly for mitral regurgitation from the point of view of surgical repair. It took into account the etiology, pathology and pathophysiology of mitral valve dysfunction. Initial classification had classes 1 to 3 with subclasses, while classes 4 and 5 were added later. In type 1, motion of leaflet margin is normal, while there is prolapse or flail leaflet in type 2. In type 3A, there is restricted leaflet opening, while type 3B has restricted leaflet closure. Type 4A has systolic anterior motion and type 5 has features of more than one of the other types. Type 1 occurs in valve leaflet perforation associated with infective endocarditis. Type 2 is the pattern seen in mitral valve prolapse. Restrictive opening in type 3A is the hallmark of rheumatic mitral valve disease and is due to commissural fusion. Type 3B with defective leaflet closure can be secondary to myocardial infarction or dilated cardiomyopathy. Systolic anterior motion in type 4A is characteristic of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Combination of rheumatic valvular disease with a perforation induced by infective endocarditis is a typical hybrid condition qualifying for type 5. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for future updates and click on the bell icon for all updates. Thank you.